Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakadash. I want to give a double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do rule well, and the salutation to the whole for elect. It's the brother Damawa from the Cleveland branch of GMS. Coming back with a quick video, and we already know, all right, the state of the people, all right, is madness. All right, people are literally, all right, insane. Okay, and we know, all right, from the jump shot, all right, from the depression, all right, the recession, okay, and a lot of these people, especially these women, being on antidepressant pills, all right, they having sex with all these different men, putting demons on them, all right, and they literally, okay, it's being triggered, all right, which I believe that's what the higher ups want to happen, all right, because they want chaos, okay. So Trump being put in office and them doing this, all right, is just revealing how far women, all right, is basically being used by Satan, all right, how demonic they are, okay, because they're very demonic, just off the simple fact that all these videos is them bragging in the choice that they have choices, and that's wicked within themselves. A woman was made to be with one man, all right, and believe it or not, we're going back to that, all right. This is your last hoorah, all right. This is the last time you're going to be able to rebel, especially against an Israelite man, all right. That shit is over with, okay. That shit is over with, all right. Women hate it, all right. Women hate it, okay. They hate to be property, which they are, all right. And they hate to follow a man lead, which they was made to do, okay. But we know that this is a curse, and we know that this is part of the suffering that you male Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, that you have to go through, all right, because the Lord likened us to a woman. So we went off and worship other gods. So the Lord is cursing us now with all women going off having sex with other men. All right, it's the exact same thing. Okay, so before I let the clip go, let's get one of my favorite Genesis 3:6. No, Salakia 3:16. All right, because basically what we see playing out today is how we got in this position through Eve. Okay, because the scripture says through women became sin. All right, so we have to understand that when a man doesn't have control over his woman, all right, the house is soon to be breaking down or broken down. All right, but this is Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I would greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. All right, and that's the reason why women, all right, have birth pains. Okay, and you know that this is real. All right, these words is real because when you look at other animals or any other species, when they give birth, the women are not in pain. It just come out like they're doing a number two or something. But it says, in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, all right, and thy desire should be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee, okay. And reading that regularly, all right, you would think that that's just saying what it's saying, but it's not. Getting NLT, it says, then he said to the woman, I will sharpen the pain of your pregnancy, you see, and in pain you will give birth, and you will desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you. Okay, so we have to understand, and that's why, all right, we tell you people that the so-called white man, Esau Edom, he is the devil, because who give these women that power? The so-called government. Who's in charge of the government? The so-called white man. All right, that's your answer. It's just that simple. Okay, but also that's why you seeing these actions being taken over these women, because this is a spiritual war. All right, this is not a carnal war. You have to understand that these people have demons on them. All right, and sooner or later they're going to crash out. All right, but they're going to do what the Lord. They're going to do what the Lord made them to do. All right, because we have to understand that all these things was written. All right, for our understanding and our learning, and while learning, all right, we seeing these things. Okay, the ones that really do the studying, really do the learning, all right, we understand what we're looking at. All right, we're not trying to make one of these Western whores our wife. All right, we know what the Lord promised us. Okay, but a lot of you guys is gonna crash out over these women. A lot of you men are gonna die over women. All right, like how you've been doing. It ain't nothing new. So with no further ado, let's go and get into it.
Myself from Hinge, Bumble, like I didn't even think twice about it. There's no way I am letting any man near me for the next few years. I've been happily single for the past 4 years. I can wait another 4 years. I am so happy for women who have loving, supportive, safe men in their life right now, but it is way too scary to try and trust anyone right now because anything can happen.
You see, and that's the pride of these people. See, all the pride marches and pride month, all these things put demons on people. Okay, to the point to where the way they acting out is unrealistic. There's no reason for the temper tantrum. All right, but if you know anything about spirituality, all right, you understand, okay, through our histories that demons get on people to make them do irrational things. All right, and that's why these simple ass women, all right, will shave their head. Okay, that's why they would try to talk other women, okay, into leaving their husband, because that's what this really is about. All right, all these women are witches. All these bitches are witches. All right, all of them. Okay, all of them are witches. All right, and just like the scripture says, all right, they're demonic. Okay, so they the spiritual war part wants to corrupt as many apples as it can. All right, and that's what you see. Okay, because best believe one of these higher up women, all right, that's in league with the elites. They the ones who push out these message. All right, and they use it through their witchcraft by steadily repeating it. Okay, and when they get zoned in, all right, those demons, okay, take over. All right, but let me get the scripture real quick. This second Esdras 16:49. It says, like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman. All right. So what you have to understand is these women's job is to corrupt as many women as they can. All right. And that's why, one day it could be going all cool or whatever, and then the next day your wife want to divorce. All right. That because somehow, some way she has been indoctrinated. All right. And her faith. All right. And the reality. All right. Is not there anymore. Okay. Because these people is on their way out. All right. This is the last time the Lord is going to let wickedness shine like this, or wickedness be upheld like this. All right. So we about to see a lot more crazy things, man, before the Lord ultimately, all right, burn this place. Okay. But we know what the scripture says. What? He suffered a witch not to live. All right. And we know, all right, what a witch's death get. All right. And that's burnt at the stake. That's why these goddamn anti-Mashiach. All right. When you hear these witches talking, all you got to do is bring up anything about the Salem witch trial or anything of such when they knew, all right, you get put to death for practicing black magic and all these things. They get fucking irate. You wanna know why? Because those are some same women who probably got burnt at the stake coming back now to get burnt again. All right, that's how the Lord works. Okay, because we know what, there's nothing new under the sun. Okay, so these people is gonna come back in their lot. All right, and they're gonna play their role out. All right, to receive judgment once again. All right, once and for all. All right, because once we get the kingdom, all right, the people that's not Israelites, all right, their whole existence is going to be doing what we say, all right, following our power, the true and living power, all right.
And if you know me, you know one of my biggest fears is being pregnant. God forbid that ever happens over the next few years. So, no dating apps. If you are a man, don't even look at me until, do you know what? Ever again.
We got a delusional stuffed chalupa here, joining a bunch of other feminists upset right now that their curry queen Kamala lost. They decided they'll get their get back by shutting out all men, withholding relations. So they're vowing not to date men, not to sleep with men, not to marry men. These women are online pushing women to collectively get hysterectomies. They want them to get a bunch of tattoos, and they're telling women to shave their heads. Yeah, this is what they're doing. They're also telling women to leave their husbands. They said they don't need men to protect them. And let me tell you, a lot of these women are undesirable, and their wacky mindset makes them even less desirable to men. It's like they're trapped in their own demonic misery or trapped in the closet.
You see, and that's what it is. You see, as a chick who talking, she may be one of the ones that get saved, all right. But as we know, there's more women than there is men. All right, it always been like that, and it's gonna continue to be like that because men supposed to have more than one wife. All right, but also that statement is true. All right, when the Lord destroy this place, it's gonna be more women than it is men being destroyed. All right, and we see why. She just said it. These old demonic ass women are trapped. Yeah, they are trapped. All right, and part of that trap, okay, is having sex with different men. That's like the worst you can do. All right, that's like the worst you could do as a woman. And this society within the last 15 years have pushed that out and has ruined at least 80% of families, man. All right, I was in the grocery store yesterday, DoorDash, and it was a white older lady talking about she about to start the cooking now for her family, and the dude who was ringing her up said, "Oh well, how many people you gonna have coming over? 20?" She said, "No, 12." You know, and I was just thinking like it hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, "Damn, 12 people." Do you understand? Like when I was a kid, Thanksgiving time, that would have been just the 12 people that you didn't want to come. Like the house used to be so packed and just so full, and since I was a kid, all right, somehow, some way, this government has entered into family homes, making these crucial decisions, and now everywhere you go is a broken family. Everywhere you go, all right, families not speaking, all right, because somehow, some way, women have did something, all right, to truly plug the growth of the family, and somehow, some way, she's untouchable, all right, but the Lord is setting you women up. All right, because when the lawlessness start happening, you guys are spoiled. You think that your guns are going to save you. You think, but that's not how it's going to happen. When shit happen, a lot of people ain't even going to be ready because it's not going to be at your convenience. All right, you may have all the preps that you need. All right, but it may happen when you at work. Then what? You ain't gonna make it back to your house. All right, all the shit that y'all been talking, all the men you have got fired. All right, and we ain't talking about just one woman. We talking about all you women in masses. Do you understand that every pretty woman, or now every ugly woman, now every fat bitch, every woman that you've seen, all right, there's a man somewhere, all right, that want to tear your head off your shoulder. Okay, and the Lord is gonna turn these men up. All right, because you so-called women have forgotten. All right, you have forgotten that. That a so-called white man have gave you a privilege that fuck you don't deserve, that you do not need and you shouldn't have, period. And now we seeing the results when you give peasants power. All right, and that's exactly how you fucking monster ass women act. You guys are peasants and you fucking monsters. You niggas don't have no, you don't have no problem taking the worst from a man, getting him life in prison, lying, taking all his money. But soon as you receive that same energy, then you want to cry and you expect not to get punishment. But that's exactly what the devil does. Exactly what you little demonic little demons do. All right. We even know that in the scriptures when the Lord Yahweh Shah, who the world even called Jesus Christ, when he was casting out demons, they was like, we know who you are. It's not time yet. They got the crying and shit, begging him not to cast them out. All right. And that's exactly what you women are going to be doing, man. But you have to understand, all right, everybody going to receive their judgment. And all this proud shit you talking about, you got to give them an account for. All right. But it says, Jeremiah 6:14, they have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, where there is no peace. All right. And that's the mindset of you women. Okay. Because as war creeping up on the brink, their study, voicing their opinion, or utilizing their little power that the so-called white man gave them, all right, to let men know how much they hate them, all right. And you really think that that's wise, okay? But only a fool really think, okay, that the government is there to save you, all right. And that's what the so-called propaganda machine, all right, have gotten these women so comfortable, okay, to where they think that they ain't never going to go without. All right, but pretty soon, okay, you're not about to be able to put on that motherfucking magic, okay, which I call makeup. That's magic. You're not about to be able, all right, to have your tampons. You're not about to be able to take showers. You're not about to be able to do none of them things. All right, and the same way you out here want to show your ass, thinking that you don't need no man, we're gonna see when that day come. All right, when there's 50 men, okay, coming down the street all armed, okay, and they looking for what? Food, guns, bullets, and women. All right, you're gonna be a prisoner. All right, women always been a prisoner of war, and war is on the brink. And now you boasting and how much you don't need a man. All right, to me that sounds like the Lord is setting you up for a big fall. All right, because pride wasn't made for men. How much more for women? Okay, but I didn't want to make a lesson too long. Okay, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash, Shalom.